From the southwestern United States, you can experience an almost turbulence-free connecting flight across the Atlantic Ocean to an island destination of your choice. Your journey from Arkansas, Louisiana, New Mexico, Oklahoma, or Texas may simply require a short layover at one of your international airports as you travel to meet your Seventh-day Adventist brothers and sisters who live in the Caribbean. Adventism has been flourishing in the Caribbean for more than 100 years among individuals who speak Dutch, English, French, Spanish, and various mixtures of these languages. The Inter-American Division of the General Conference oversees the growth of Adventism in about 24 unions and union missions which stretch across Latin America and the Caribbean. Greetings from one of 4 unions where English is the official language and dialects are as flavorful and distinct as the food and music. The Caribbean Union Conference is headquartered in Marival, Trinidad, and provides administrative services and ministry resources to almost 250,000 Seventh-day Adventist members in 6 conferences and 4 missions across a vast territory of the Eastern Caribbean. These members are spread over scores of island nation territories and countries ranging from Suriname and Guyana at the southernmost tip to the Virgin Islands in the extreme north. Officially organized in 1926, the story of the Caribbean Union Conference is one of stupendous growth and development, as well as extraordinary stewardship, sacrifice, worship, social outreach, and scholarship. It is a story that has emerged through challenges that would test the faithful. However, it is a story of triumph under God's guidance and miraculous intervention. Official SDA archives acknowledge that the Advent message reached the shores of the Caribbean in 1883. Reports indicate that a sea captain who had been asked to take Adventist publications to Georgetown, Guyana, scattered them on the wharf. Some individuals who read the publications contacted the International Tract and Missionary Society publisher, who arranged for a literature evangelist to visit the country. The following year, the General Conference sent Elder G. Rupert, who, during his short stay, baptized 30 individuals and organized a church. Early in 1900, it became clear that the church membership and evangelistic activities in the Southern Caribbean were increasing, and that the region was ready to take on greater administrative responsibilities. By 1903, there had been significant growth in the Lesser Antilles, and the East Caribbean Conference was then set up. In 1907, the West Indian Union Conference was formed. By then, self-supporting missionaries had established an Adventist presence on the Eastern Caribbean islands of Antigua, Dominica, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Grenada, St. Kitts, Nevis, and Tortola in the British Virgin Islands. Adventism arrived in the Grenadines and the United States Virgin Islands in 1910. In 1926, the Caribbean Union was organized. Rapid church growth followed, and while ordained ministers were few, lay members shouldered much of the work. Beginning in the late 1950s, The traditional role of Seventh-day Adventist missionaries serving and leading the church's work in this part of the Caribbean began to dramatically decline. Positions of church leadership at the union and conference levels were then assumed by individuals who originated from the region. During this period, Adventist church growth continued to accelerate, and the church's message was more readily received by the wider religious and secular communities. Evangelist E. Cleveland from the USA held a monumental crusade in Port of Spain, Trinidad in 1966, where hundreds were converted to Christ. A church is operated in Port of Spain that bears his name. One of the leading Caribbean evangelists was Kimbleton S. Wiggins, who won hundreds of converts each year. The evangelistic explosion associated with the Caribbean Union through leading evangelists such as Don Crowder, Roosevelt Daniels, Fitz Henry, and the world-renowned Dr. Claudius Morgan is still unmatched today. As a result of the massive evangelistic growth experienced by the Caribbean Union, operating from the East Caribbean Conference became inefficient and additional regional entities were formally organized. 1906 South Caribbean Conference, 1926 East Caribbean Conference and Guyana Conference, 1976 North Caribbean Conference, 1983 Grenada Conference, 1999 St. Lucia Mission, 2004 Tobago Mission, 2012 St. Vincent and the Grenadines Mission, and Suriname Mission, which has experienced slow growth over many years. Education and health were essential planks in building the Seventh-day Adventist denomination throughout the Union. With the work growing superlatively, the need for an Adventist school to train new converts as ministers and church workers for the Union became paramount. And in 1927, the Union's sole accredited institution for higher learning opened its doors. This institution has been a beacon of hope and has successfully trained thousands who have occupied leadership positions in the church, government, and business sectors. Leaders who have been shaped by the University of the Southern Caribbean, formerly Caribbean Union College, include a former Secretary of the General Conference, G. Ralph Thompson, a former Assistant Editor of the Adventist Review, Roy Adams, and current directors of the Inter-American Division, Dr. Samuel Telemack and Dr. James Daniel. In addition to a university, the Union operates 14 secondary schools and academies, as well as 39 primary and elementary schools. Coupled with its education thrust, the Union embraced opportunities to share the Adventist health message through its 2 hospitals in Guyana and Trinidad, as well as through dental and health clinics around the region. For almost a decade since he assumed the presidency of the Caribbean Union in 2011, the talented Dr. Kern Tobias has provided extraordinary leadership to the field. The Union has experienced unprecedented growth during this decade and adopted innovative structures and programs. Dr. Tobias is well known for his spirit of unification and for spiritual leadership. His tenure as president is undoubtedly formative for the Union. We give God thanks for the mighty way He uses Dr. Kern Tobias and his administrative team to lead the Seventh-day Adventist Church in the Caribbean Union. The Union continues to march in tandem with sister unions and take its rightful place within the Inter-American Division. It continues to free men, women, boys, and girls from the shackles of sin by the power of the Holy Spirit. God's leadership has been visible ever since, unto this very day. We look back and thank God for His leading, which resulted in the phenomenal growth to a membership of 248,979 around the territory.